somebody you won't see on that show unless this is all the work though is Karrion Kross, who was another name whose contract came up for. I guess his contract was expiring, and I guess he recently said that they sent an offer, but he only had 24 hours to respond to the offer, and he rejected whatever the offer was.
I saw that they rescinded the offer.
Ah,
I saw something else that said that.
it are where are we on the? Is it a work meter? Are we feeling like there's how what's the percentage of work you hear? Fam said 100% work.
It's always a work.
Maybe not. Yeah,
It's always a work. I promise.
It's wild workish.
it's worky. Yes,
But he's on a media run though.
Because he's got people highly editing these documentaries that are coming out. The Killer Part 2 dropped days before this. I think his last day was this past Saturday.
The only thing that I'm sorry, Cal.
Go ahead.
The only thing that would make me think it's not a work is when I was watching NXT, because I actually watched that show. When I was watching NXT, they had a bumper for his book.
That's right. His book just came out. Yes.
So that would be the only thing that would make me think it's a
on
work.
NXT.
Yeah, it was his book. They had a little advertisement. You know how they do a little
at
bumper
the bottom.
thing? Yeah, they had the cover of his book. So that's the only thing that would make me say, "Oh, well, why would y'all have that up?" But then also too, I took that with a grain of salt because with the camera work we've been getting lately, I don't put nothing past the tech team. They might have forgot to take that.
I shout out to I'm gonna ask you a question in a second. Shout out to Patreon. I've been talking about the editing on WWE Unreal. I don't know if it's that 18K camera, whatever they're doing. They're able to do some wild shit with them matches.
Oh yeah, when they be in the ring and they show them go from one, that was really cute.
When they did it was Penna in the Rumble. I want to say with Rey Mysterio. I think it's episode 2. That shit is dope. Fam, you've always thought this was a work.
Yeah, here's the problem. It's timing too, right? Because we just got the Unreal, and the Unreal told us the thing that we've always said is that the work shoots is different now. Is they play with online, and they take advantage of how wrestling fans move now as opposed to years ago, and so I feel like they played the notes already. They played all the songs. They go to you know what I'm saying? They take the shots at the company and they put something on Pro Wrestling Tees. Like they're playing the hits at this point. And I think for me, I felt like that's it's always work, but this one felt like a work.
I'm just stuck on like I understand it being a work, and I don't because it's Karrion Kross. I have no doubt that if it was a work and they were like, all right, so we're going to do this thing, he can do whatever will do whatever they want to do. I think I believe I said this offline at some point this week to somebody. I don't like what's the end game? Like we just had R-Truth got let go, and then the people was immediately like, y'all bullshit. And the word on road was the people in the WWE locker room was like, nah, y'all being bullshit. So they brought him back as Ron Killings. He got a match with Cena. He was supposed to have he's been having a back and forth with Aleister Black, but for what people were thinking it was going to be, his return has kind of been back to the base. He was R-Truthin with John Cena the other day.
Yeah, on Monday, right?
So it make Kim Michelle said Kross ain't R-Truth, but I think the thing is, even if Kross isn't R-Truth, you have to have the writers, the Ed Koskis and the light skinned yo in the room. Like, you got to have them people in the room being like, all right, so Karrion Kross this week is going to be doing this to be moving to the pay-per-view for this. I know people are intrigued by this shit with Sami Zayn, but like, when do we think Karrion Kross is returning to then win your United States Championship?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but it's gonna happen. With Karrion Kross, that's a good point, Rock. Him being Karrion Kross and not Killer Kross. One. Two, with him being one of Triple H's boys.
I keep hearing that.
Not shit. That's how he got. He came
got
in.
back.
That was him in NXT.
That was him in NXT. Like I highly doubt that he's going somewhere. I mean, it's possible, but I don't think so. With them, his last match. They were promoting his book during his last match.
They were promoting the book, yes.
Which made no sense to me. Like, damn, why are they promoting this book if this is if he's going on his way out? And then Dap saying they just had his book on NXT.
On NXT. It's abnormal. It's abnormal. They would normally just have you lose and then not even mention you no more.
So you have my bad, but you have an individual who really didn't make that much noise in their WWE career, doing interviews. Granted, I understand that it's the hot topic, but he didn't do enough to be an interview guy.
Right. Right.
If that makes sense.
Right. No, I'm with you.
So I'm looking at this like, yeah, and again, that's Triple H's guy. He ain't going nowhere.
But to answer your question, Cal, as far as what the people in that room will do with Karrion Kross, do remember he's been supposedly like he's been planted in a couple different storylines that they ended up didn't bring to fruition. The stuff like all the stuff where like he's talking to these guys and getting them to go heel, and if they listen to him, they win. If they don't listen to him, like that, like New Day, all them niggas, like he's been, I ain't gonna say top of mind, but they've been like thinking about him. They've always kind of had something to. I feel like they've never said, "Oh, we don't got nothing for you right now." I do think he was a victim of the era of Vince versus Triple H, when Vince was trying to tear down everything that Triple H had built up when he bought out the Rainbow NXT and all that. And like that era, and he put that nigga in the S&M garments, like, you know what I mean? Like,
there's a whole Mortal Kombat.
I wish I had got that NXT Rainbow belt. You know, that was a whole pride belt. That belt is iconic in the community.
Yeah, Haki.
They need to put that out every Pride. No shade, even though they ain't gonna do that now. But you know,
it'll be like Black History Month. You'll get a T-shirt. It'll be
they're not even be acknowledging Black History Month like that no more. You saw that it's a new era, baby. All that pride and Black history and all that. That's done.
It's a new T-shirt. It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Rock dropped the interesting point. He said now they the way they can do it is have them popped up at TNA. TNA does have Emergence. TNA is actually in Baltimore having big fun over the next 3 days. It's going to be Emergence. They're going to see the Wretched. No, Emergence is Friday.
And then double TV taping on Saturday.
Is 2 TNA Impact taping. Oh, it's 3 days. Because tonight, actually, I believe tonight, I want to say is when the Hardy Boys are at Jimmy's.
They're at Jimmy's eating seafood.
Doing a Q&A.
Oh, the Hardy Boys at Jimmy's? Oh, okay.
After the show, you may be able to catch.
AJ Francis and Yo been making the rounds locally for like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
That makes sense. No, it actually makes a lot of sense.
Niggas is at the Raven game and all that.
It's Moose. It's Moose and Trick for the title, if I'm not mistaken. No, but I think that's the thing. That's to get back to Rock's point. If you see a Karrion Kross in any way, shape, or form in TNA, either at Emergence or during either of these TNA tapings for Impact, you another 3-4 months that Royal Rumble. It's gonna be Mortal Kombat my bad.
He will come out in October.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes
Round one, fight. Jade win. Well, no, wrong name. Sonya win.
No, you already said it. We're gonna clip that out. We definitely clipping out Jade wins.
Yeah, if anybody's thinking about no, yeah, we'll see.
I'll be at TNA Emergence tomorrow. A friend of mine. Oh, you going to fam? Okay, great. A friend of mine, who shall remain nameless, got me tickets for that.
Yikes!
I like that. That's an anti-math. Math would have said their name. What street they was on. Social, yeah. He was like, yeah, she at work tomorrow. You want to catch her?
Sindel win.
I guess to round out the newsy news of the last couple days, Tehuti Miles, known to many as Ashante Thee Adonis, a former Hit Row member, posted on IG that from the land.
From Maryland?
He posted on IG that he was no longer a WWE superstar. If I'm not,
went to Maryland.
If I'm to believe the Wrestling Observer, they were similar to R-Truth. It sounded like they was going to try and let him go at a certain point, but they said, you know what, we're just going to let the contract run out. And when the contract went to run out, he said, you know what, I'm out. But Natalia posted that because he was one of the brothers that was in the dungeon, him and Khan and Dawkins and B-Fab. It was a lot of them that would stay in that dungeon 2.0. And she posted and said that the day he got the news, he was still in the dungeon, still working with the with the people down there. So I mean, a lot of people are talking about somebody who could be in TNA. I don't think he wasn't bad.
No, he was not bad at all. It was just really character. You know, sometimes these things come down to character, what's actively on the card, you know, spaces and what storylines are going on. And you know, in anything in show business, it's just like in music. Some people are too early, some people are too late. Some people have too many people that occupy the same lane that they do.
Yes.
And some people are just victims of being in the wrong era.
Right. Yeah.
Ashante probably, I'm sorry, man.
No, go ahead.
Ashante probably could have done well when they were doing that whole cruiserweight thing, where they had the cruiserweight belt and all that stuff. That probably was a good time for him.
205 Live.
Right, exactly. That was a moment in this iteration of the business, with everything that's going on and what's going on. Unfortunately, for our black guys in general, it's not a good time for them in WWE right now. So you have that. Also, too, even though Triple H will sit and say all of these things, but you have that going on. Also, too, you can tell when someone is workshopping a character in front of the screen. And that latest iteration he was literally workshopping the character in front of our eyes on NXT. It wasn't fully developed, but he was trying.
Yes.
Okay? Yes. But sometimes that's not going to be enough, especially when you're on a brand where they have stars who have not been, because I don't think Tehuti is that much older than a lot of the people on NXT, but there's this thing where you can be like, case in point, LA Knight has not been on TV as long as Randy Orton, but they the same age.
Yes.
But LA Knight looks different. I'm not saying he looks younger or older, but he looks different. He looks fresher to the audience because he hasn't been on TV for the last 20 years.
No, you're 100% correct.
It's a lot of different things that contribute to an artist, or in this case, a wrestler, not making it. I don't think Ashante was bad. No. You never heard about him being lazy. Sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Right.
I honestly think you got a hell of a point. You made a hell of a point. So if you know anything about Maryland Championship Wrestling, you would know that Tehuti Miles was one of the one of the staple champions here in Maryland Championship Wrestling.
Mm.
His character, I think, with him coming in around the same time that they were developing who Carmelo Hayes is,
Yeah.
that's
Mm.
I think that was one of the problems, and that's
Too much
one
crossover.
he wasn't utilized the way that he would have been.
Right.
I think if he would have came before, it's a possibility that he would have been that. But I mean, Melo was one of those guys when he was in the independents as well. So who knows? But he'll be all right. I think he'll be one of the ones that'll end up landing somewhere and being okay.
Right.
Also, too, sometimes a name can be a death knell.
Mm.
I don't like Ashante Thee Adonis.
Me neither. Shout out
It's
G. I
very
hate that name.
trendy. It doesn't give here to stay.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, in my opinion, a star name.
He was the DJ.
What was his name? It wasn't always Ashante Thee Adonis, was it? I thought it was something else.
It was something else, and then it became Ashante Thee
And then
Adonis.
it was Ashante Thee Adonis. Yeah,
I don't remember, but it was around the time he was being a DJ is when he was Ashante.
Yeah, it's like, it's kind of like like everybody wants to get signed to a major record label, right? That was the dream back in the day.
Def Jam.
Right,
Facts.
You're on Def Jam, but you're on a developmental deal, or you got a single deal.
Right.
You're not LL Cool J, you're not Foxy Brown, you're not Redman or Method Man, where they're putting, or DMX, where they are putting full machine behind you. Yeah, you're signed to Def Jam, but you ain't Ludacris on Def Jam.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it makes you may be better off being on a boutique label, or in this case, another promotion, a smaller promotion. Like, what does Tehuti Miles look like in TNA? What does Tehuti Miles look like in AEW? Because Kevin Knight's doing a pretty good job over in AEW. He's, whole other thing, right? But I say it to make my point. Diana Ross was top tier on Motown. She had her biggest hits there, because Motown was invested. It was a boutique label at the time, even though they were doing big business, but she was a priority there.
Yeah.
She signed a huge deal at RCA, but at RCA, she was just another artist to them.
Right, right.
So you got to, sometimes, while we want these bigger contracts, these bigger deals, I think Karrion Kross is another one like that. But now you in the NBA, and to put it in perspective, even a bum or a bench player in the NBA dust the boots of somebody on a playground or in a college.
You said bench, right?
Yeah, bench.
Okay.
Yeah, which time did I say bench?
I thought you said a bitch player.
No, bench. No, I ain't gonna disrespect NBA players like that.
I'm just making sure, because I
got my retainer in, so it's inhibiting my speech.
Yeah. Well, and you also from the land.
The land.
You also from the land. Shout out to Hootie Miles.